Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Gore here, and we are back with yet another Tuesday Night Live, guys. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a different show, a little bit of an adjustment tonight. We got some cool things going on. This is actually the last event of the Bass Pro Tour, and man, things are kicking off, and of course, it's turning into a finesse war out there, and some decent numbers. 22 pounds of fish caught today. Of course, tomorrow's going to be a stacked field. We're going to have 3 of the Cast King fellas out there putting in work. Plus, we've got a flash sale that's going on right now on the website. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something I normally don't do on KastKingLIVEs. I am going to just send out invites to say what's up and what's happening, and we're just going to hang out. We're just going to talk about some MLF. We're going to talk about some of your favorite Cast King gear, and we're going to say what's up. So you know what? If you guys are on Facebook, I can send you an invite to be on the show if you guys want to be on the show pretty easily. Like Adam Robinson, if you feel like being on the show, let me know. I'll bring you on. Devin Cartwright, you want to come on? Sounds good. Melissa or Jesse, come on. So the Facebook peeps I can bring on easily through Messenger. Now, the YouTube peeps, I would need to have your email address, and then I can send you an invite to have you on for a minute or two, and we'll just shoot the breeze for 30 minutes and talk about all kinds of stuff. So, Jesse just says he's at work, so he won't be watching all of it. Okay, all right. Well, that is what it is. Let me see here. Let's see here. Where is, you know what? Let's see. Let's do this. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. My dog is over here coughing and gagging. Let's see here. Go to Messenger. We're going to go over here. Oop, yep. I'm going to do this. And there you go. All right. That's it. Who else we got? Who else we got up in the house? Who wants to be on the show, guys? I'll bring you on. Who wants to be on the show? Devin. All right. You want to be on the show? Coming right up. Let me go ahead and send that to you. All right. We're going to bring you on the show, Devin. Check your Facebook Messenger here in just a minute. Devin, coming your way. Send the link. Boom. All right, that one's sent. Who else we got? Oh, Melissa Justice is recovering. Melissa, what happened? How you feeling? I know you had some kind of a surgical procedure. I hope you're doing better. Invasive lures, what's happening? What's going on tonight? So let me go ahead and do the shout out. Gary E, once again, up in the house. Ricky, what's happening? How you doing? Ryan, good to see you. Robert Green, what's going on, brother? Gary E, hello. Sherman, glad to have you. Melissa Justice, of course, nice to see you. Let's see who else is going to be popping in here. I sent Devin Cartwright and Adam Robinson a request. Oh, here we go. Adding to the stream. What's going on, man? How's it going?
Hey, it's going really good. This is pretty cool that you can do this.
Absolutely. What's going on, man? I'm always weary of bringing people on. And I know, like, I've got repeat offenders like you, and Adam and Melissa and Jesse, and of course, Milton. I'll get Milton on here if he wants to come on. But I'm always afraid of people I don't know too well, because you never know when you go live what they're going to do.
You never know. You got some loose cannons out there.
That's it. Now, speaking of a loose cannon, you got your hands on a loose cannon this weekend. Didn't you go out there and go fishing with the new Skeet Reese reel?
I did. That reel is amazing. In fact, I think it hits that perfect price point, right? The balance between a great price point and just capability. Yeah. I am this close to replacing half of my arsenal of reels with that reel right there. I love it that much.
Love it that much.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you have an MG12 yet?
I do, actually. That's a great reel, but I feel that one's very specialized.
Yeah, I was gonna say $300 versus $100. Tell me your rundown. So this is kind of fun about tonight is we can hear some real world scenarios. Now, I have an MG12. I have yet to even put line on my Skeet Reese reel, and I know the construction and how it was built and some of the different designs that was shared, and I know it's a winner without ever even slinging it yet. So you slung it, you adored, you say you want to replace half your stuff. give me your thoughts, man. Like what is it great for?
So with the Skeet Reese reel, the thing that surprised me the most, like straight out of the box, was just how very solid it felt. Now, it's not a heavy reel at all, but it has just this solidness to it. And because it has that double supported pinion gear, the reel is super, super smooth. Now, I have probably 75% of all the reels that KastKing makes, at least one. And up to probably the MG12 being released, the Crixus Armor X was probably my favorite. And I used that thing for everything. I fished it freshwater, I fished it saltwater, I caught all kinds of stuff on it. It would cast a mile, super smooth, and I love that double supported pinion gear. So the fact that the Skeet Reese reel has the exact same thing, also with the aluminum frame, just like the Crixus Armor X, but then it has the carbon fiber side plates and the upgraded dual braking system. I can't believe it's only $10 more than the Crixus Armor X.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It is, and to be truthful with you, I love the Crixus Armor X. That one's a legendary reel that'll just go down in history forever. For it's just a great reel. It sold with the elites, like on Tackle Warehouse. We usually only had the higher end stuff on Tackle Warehouse, but that Crixus Armor X snuck in there because it had all the great features of an elite reel without being an elite reel. It just fished like one, and it would outcast like the majority of other reels out there. And I have a feeling this new Skeet Reese reel is going to be the same. Now, I will be honest, and I can critique on the KastKing show here. I didn't like the knobs. I'm not a big fan of those round knobs like you see on the Crixus Armor X or the other Crixus line, or say like the older Speed Demon Pro spinning reel. Yeah, and some of the Speed Demon Pro rods, or even some of the loose reels. I don't like those knobs. I like that fatter, flatter knob like we saw in the Royal Legend GT, and then of course now in the Skeet Reese. I do like that. I'm afraid that I'm going to get these dirty, but what's the difference in getting your cork handles dirty versus those? So
yeah, those TPE knobs, I was actually surprised. Before I got the reel, I wasn't sure that I was going to like the yellow knobs and the material, but once I opened it, like, it completely changed my mind. I really, really do like that TPE material.
Yeah. So how are they when they get wet? Have you gotten them wet yet?
No, actually, I haven't. So I'm not entirely sure how they'll perform once they're wet.
Okay. So now, what's your favorite technique with it? What's your favorite one? Oh, here we go. We got Adam Robinson joining the stream. What's going on, Adam? What's happening, bro?
What's going on, AJ?
Hey, Adam.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Let's see here. Going in here.
So what I was throwing almost all day long on the Skeet Reese reel was like a 1/4 ounce underspin hook, swim bait hook, and a Strike King swim and shad, caffeine shad. So trying to mimic bait fish. I like that because I can fish it pretty much at any depth. I can fish it fast, I fish it slow. That's what I was throwing pretty much all day on my Skeet Reese reel. One thing I'm really looking forward to throwing it on is spinner baits. So I think I'm going to pick myself up the Assegai spin out?
Okay.
Bait caster rod for that.
Yes. So I've got 5 Assegays here, and I haven't thrown a single one of them. I got 2 of them whenever I took Travis Hunter and his girlfriend fishing, and they both snatched them up real quick, so I didn't get to throw them. I was like, dang it, man. So, but I still threw my Speed Demon Pros and adored that. It was a great day. But I've got 7 now in total, ready to get out on the lake. I was trying to go out this weekend, but I was having a wrist issue, and it is back to normal, feeling pretty good. So I'm hoping this weekend, man, weather's cooled down a little bit, but it's supposed to get up a little hot. It's supposed to get in at 105 again, but still better than 115. I got to get out. I got to go fishing this weekend. I mean, I got to make it happen. My poor boat, it's almost like Adam Robinson's boat. Wait, no, it's not. It's not that far.
It is actually back into one piece now. The top hole, the bottom hole have come back together. I'm just in the process of putting all the pieces back together.
Man. So you're getting a little crunchy audio from me. Are you getting that too? Anybody else hearing the crunchy audio?
Yeah, I'm hearing it a little bit.
Okay, so not too bad. We can make it happen, Adam. No worries. So we were just talking about the Skeet Reese reel, but I also got to wonder I've been entertained by Adam's project. The fact that who gets a bass boat, cuts the thing in half, gets their scraping tool out, goes to scraping and planing and fiberglass, and you're a nut, man. How long you been working on it?
3 years.
3 years. Do you have a projected date?
I should be fully back together by January.
By January?
Ready for 2024 season. Yeah, it was not intended. I did not buy that boat to do that. I had it checked out before I bought it. Everybody that looked at it said it was good to go. And about a year in, I knew it needed carpet. I pulled carpet out, and I found a dark spot. And I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. I'll just, I'll fix it. It didn't happen that way. Never does.
Turned into an avalanche.
As soon as I cut it out, I realized that the main stringers were completely rotten. They were turned to mush, and I was so afraid that I could hit a big wave or something and knock the motor off because all the support was gone. I just decided, well, I guess I'm going to fix it. So
if you're going to do it right. I can't believe you didn't you were in it too much to throw it away, but good Lord, I'm curious to see it done. I really am. So, but we got a question, Gary E, which I got to see. Gary, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll send you an invite. But Gary's asking, what do you have your Skeet Reese reel paired up with? Of course, you know me. I'm a Carolina rig guy. So I love this rod, not only for Carolina rigs, but I throw in the Speed Demon Pro. Carolina rig rod is our getaway with murder rod, if you ask me. Like, if you want a good all around, you could do anything kind of rod, that's it. But we also make some rods around here. We also have a getaway with murder rod now which is basically very similar to the Carolina rig, and I've got the eye reel on it, but the freestyle. That's another one to look at too. So I guess I spoke enough, just kept throwing that Carolina rig rod out there as to just get away with murder.
AJ, you gave away, you got your eye reel already.
I have an eye reel already. Yes, sir, I do. I have the AMG. I don't have the dual chip reel yet.
Yeah.
I have the AMG, brought it home from iCast. And now those are finished, but prototype finish. You know what I mean? So
yep.
they should be, for the most part, ready to go, but they still were not assembly line finished. Some things may change. They're supposed to come out. We're in August, and we're supposed to see the AMG released in the first or the last week of August. Hopefully. I haven't heard anything saying it's not on par. And then October, I believe, is when we see the dual chip eye reel, but they both are neat. They're both neat. I have yet to throw the AMG eye reel, but we already know in the Speed Demon or the Mega Jaws Elite, the MG12, that braking system works and it works well. Adam, do you have any in the MG12 or in Mega Jaws Elite yet?
I do have the MG12, and that reel is phenomenal. I really do like it. I mean, it's a smaller reel, and I've used it a lot for smaller, I wouldn't necessarily say finesse techniques, but smaller lures, lighter weight lures, and man, it has really, really excelled. I have definitely seen a large improvement in casting ability over any of the other reels that I have.
So now, do you have a Skeet Reese reel yet?
No, not yet. But I am going to get one because, I'm a huge fan. You turned me on to the Armor X, and this it looks and sounds like an upgraded version of the Armored X with the new braking system. And if that's the case, then I am all about it because I love the Armor X.
It shares a lot of similarities in design characteristics as the Armor X. I mean, you learn as you go from all these different design qualities and things, and say, okay, this works well. This works well. And then they just start creating new designs. So I'm excited to see, so we know the Armor X had a great chassis and platform. We know the dual auto mag braking system that we saw in the upgraded Mega Jaws worked well, and then a bunch of other key features and a lot of reels all packed into future reels. What I'm excited for is the new electronic braking system. That AMG braking system, obviously, we're now seeing it in 3 different reels. I'm sure we're going to continue to see it. Same thing with the Automag dual braking system. But that electronic braking system that's coming out in the dual chip iReel, I'm excited to see how many more reels will trickle down. That because some people are stuck on the fact that the iReel is gimmicky as far as the data, but I disagree on that. There's some neat things that we can learn from that, but what's totally usable is that electronic braking system. Especially the AMG works really well, but that electronic braking system, like we saw in the competition, they were the first ones to have a system like that. Now we're coming out with our version, and that's just going to help so many people. Sean,
and let's not even mention the Axis I line guide.
Yes, that thing is gangster.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's really gotten overlooked. That new line guide system is just everybody's kind of just let that go, but that's pretty innovative.
Yeah, for sure.
Over here playing with rods. Oh, my iReel just turned on. But anyhow, the action on this, sorry, I'm going to answer this question real quick for Sean, I've got to double check it. I think it's a medium heavy fast. Yes, it is. Medium heavy fast 7.6. I don't know if we can see it. I'm knocking stuff down here on my computer. Yeah, right there. You can almost see it right there. Medium heavy fast right here. So, but that's the Sweet Caroline. Actually, it's the Freestyle is the same one, I believe. Yep, medium heavy fast. So they're both 7.6. So I don't know if the backbone is moved slightly in a different place. I haven't fished with either of them, but I have a feeling it's a relabeled. I don't want to say it is. I'd probably get in trouble for saying that, but I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a smart move if you ask me, because people get hung up on the fact that, okay, there's 15 different techniques. This one is for this and this one only. You know what I mean? And then like Brent Chapman, he uses the swim bait rod for his bladed jigs. So you can learn these different actions and ignore the titles on them, like, oh, this is only for spinning and this is only for this, as long as you understand and learn your action. So that Carolina rig and the Speed Demon Pro was I've said it a billion times. I beat that horse to death. That is the go-to universal rod, and I can't wait to throw the new one. I'm going to do some Texas rigging with it and some Carolina rigging this weekend, hopefully, and we'll see. And I got that other one set up to on the iReel to see what it does. So it'll be cool.
Yeah, like you said, actually, Brent Chapman fishing the 7'6" Speed Demon Pro swim bait rod for his bladed jigs was the exact reason I bought that same rod, because I was trying to up my confidence fishing bladed jigs. And I almost went for the bladed jig Speed Demon Pro rod, but at his suggestion, he liked the longer length for further casting distance and also the parabolic bend. So I picked up that exact same one, and that's what I was throwing my Skeet Reese reel and throwing that swim bait on over the weekend.
Nice. I got to get out there. I've been fighting the heat. I'm wanting to get out so bad. It's killing me, man. I mean, I watch everybody else fishing. I know Adam's like, I don't want to hear it, guys. I've been wanting to go out on my boat for a couple years now.
It's crazy. Yeah, at least I have a tournament. I have a tournament this weekend, so I'm pumped about that.
So yes. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. You've got it all in one piece. Have you posted any photos lately?
No, I have not. I guess a couple of weeks ago when I got it to go back together, but I've not had a chance to work on it since then, so I haven't posted any updates. So
cool. I want to definitely check that. Sean, he actually made me think about something. That's true. That's very true. So I was talking about the whether the Sweet Caroline and the Freestyle are same rods. They look very similar. He said, check the guide positions. And I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's maybe one has more guides than the other. Maybe they're different places. That is definitely something I'm going to have to check as well. So that's a good point. That is a very good point. So, Gary E says right here, there are 2 more guides on the Sweet Caroline. So there you go. So I like a lot of guides. I really do. What else we got here? Here we go. Guys, I'll let you guys take this one. What rod should I get for catfish?
So I personally don't do a lot of catfishing. My brother-in-law, he loves to catfish, and I put him onto the Kong rods. So he's using a 7 foot, either 7 foot medium or 7 foot medium heavy, I believe, and the Megatron reel for catfishing.
Yeah, the Kong rod, I mean, find your action that you like the most. Some people, everybody has different techniques, different kind of fish, catfish, whether it's flathead, channel, blues. So all the actions and stuff are going to be different depending on what you're going after. But yeah, check them out, whether you want a spinning or bait casting. Capstan, the new Capstan Elite, whether you want the high speed ratio and the spinning, or you're after the Capstan with the big power handle bait caster, or you want to go affordable, that Rover keeps on going, man. Sharky 3 with a bait feeder, there's a lot of options. So thank you, Carlos, for that question. Guys, have you checked out we got a sale going on? Have you guys seen this? Let's go to the stream here. The flash sale, I got to at least touch base on that. And then actually what we're going to do is we'll get in here on the flash sale. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are watching, we know that we've got a flash sale. We got Matt Shura in here. Right here. Got to throw this comment up. Hey, AJ, I love the KastKing rods. It's going to be hard to get me away from the Bassinator Elites. I know. Matt, I love Matt to death. You know what's funny is we always talk about how stubborn fishermen can be. I love Matt. All the respect in the world. Matt, you are stubborn when it comes to it was funny is Matt loves the Bassinators, but he loves the 6-6-1. He doesn't want an 8-1-1. Nope. Give me a 6-6-1. Everyone in his boat's going to be pretty much that way. He's just, that's how he is. But I got to get him on some love and have him try the MG12, maybe the new Skeet Reese reel, and see what he thinks, and go from there, because they're awesome. But hey, it's the Bassinator. You can't go wrong. But all right. Thank you for that, Matt. Love you. I'll get a hold of you later, man. But let's move on to there it is, the flash sale. Guys, let's scroll down. And you guys, I don't know if you can see on the screen, what are your top picks? If you, Adam will go with you first. If you had to pick 2 reels right out of the gate right now in this flash sale that ends on the 3rd, what are the 2 reels you're going for? Say you had no budget.
Let's see. I'm looking Megatron 200.
That's a dope one. Why would you go with the Megatron 200? What are you going to use it for?
I'm going to throw big baits without a question. I love my big glides. I love big swims. I would definitely want that to throw the bigger baits, and it can be versatile. You do a little catfishing with it. You could do several other techniques other than bass fishing with that size reel.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I mean, so you could catfish with this thing too. I mean, it's gonna hold its own fairly well. You get into like big monster flats and things like that, then you're gonna be working this reel. It doesn't have the aluminum frame, but it'll do pretty good on average smaller size cats. You go into monster cats, and that's what you're gonna target. You're gonna want something bigger, but for an affordable reel for throwing bigger baits, yeah, I got to go with you on that one, Adam. What's your second choice, brah?
Let's see. Let's go back. Oh, that's tough. I'd have to go with the Royal Legend Glory. I have that, and I think I have the 2000 size on a shorter Royal Select rod. It's kind of a medium action, and I use it for Ned rigs and some other small 4-inch shaky heads. It just does a really good job. It's surprisingly smooth for the money, and the drag is been really good on the finesse side of it. It has been really, really smooth.
And that 6:2-to-1 gear ratio. So that's nice, getting away from that little bit higher gear ratio. People are finally starting to see that higher gear ratios are being loved by a lot of anglers. And to start seeing those in spinning reels is really cool. So, all right, Mr. Okayest Fisherman, which I used to screw up and say Okayest. I don't know why. I was ridiculous. But that's what happens when you're skimming real quick. But what are your 2 top choices on reels? I mean, we got 20% off, 20% off, 50% off, 30% off on a Royal Legend 2. I mean, that's pretty crazy. So what are your top picks?
Number 1 choice right there, even without a discount. Let's say there was no discount, I'd go with the Sharky 3.
Oh, yeah.
That Sharky 3, I have one. It's a 5,000 size. I use it for inshore. We've caught, legal halibut on it. So, yeah, really, really like that one. And then my second choice would be the Zephyr, which I use for my drop shot and kind of my lighter baits and stuff.
And the Zephyr, I'm trying to remember the Zephyr's. Is that one packing? I think that one's packing a pretty heavy drag too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yep, definitely. I think it's like 22 pounds.
Yeah, I think it's heavier than, like, say, the Sharky 3. Let me see if I can get into the specs on the drag here. Yep, in a 3,022 pounds of drag. And I want to say the Sharky 3. Let me look. I got to see. It's been years since I paid attention to the Sharky 3's drag. I want to say it's close to 20.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wrong. The Sharky 3 is 33 pounds of drag. That thing's a behemoth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But for finessing, yeah, the Zephyr's awesome. Wow.
Yep.
So definitely. All right, guys. Now, moving into rods. We got 20% off on the Valiant Eagle Passage travel rods. I don't know if either of you guys have those Valiant Eagle Passage travel rods. They're pretty sweet. They're pretty neat little rods. Take them anywhere. The Royale Select used to be known as the Royale Legend. That's a phenomenal pair G2. I mean, everybody knows these two rods right here are bangers. Spartacus 2 twin tips and Royal Advantage twin tips. Those just came out. Same thing with the progressive glass rods. What are your guys' top 2 picks on there? Are you going to go new or are you going to go old school?
I'm going to go old. I have several of the Royal Selects, and I think those are an underrated rod. I really like them. Matter of fact, I just bought the 7.3 medium heavy to go with a 7'3" heavy that you sold me in Birmingham at the Classic.
Okay.
They had a clear blowout deal. You convinced me to get one, and I think that may have been the rod that started it all for me with KastKing.
Did it?
And I still got it, and I picked up several of those since then. And there are a couple of the progressive rods that I really, really like. Do a couple of, I got one for catfish, and I have 2 for catfish. Just one's a little bit bigger than the other. I think one is, what's that, 8 foot maybe?
Okay.
But for their cost, they're amazing rods.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. We're talking about the progressive glass rods.
Yeah.
Yeah. $29 where it starts. Like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, they're a glass rod. I mean, they've got that glass bend that, the bend that you expect, but they're durable, and they have that fighting power. I feel like for the big fish that what is it? Parabolic. That's the word I was looking for. Very parabolic bend, where it bends and gives so that you can still fight the fish and pull them out of cover, but still you're fighting with the rod and the reel.
Right. Well, what are your top selections, sir?
Actually, I'm going to agree 100%. I have a couple of the Royale Select rods that I really, really like. I use the 7-foot medium for jerk baits and other treble baits. And then the progressive glass rod, I have one of those that I like to use when fishing for carp. It's got a nice parabolic bend, and I've had a lot of fun fishing for carp with those. Got to give a runner up though to that pair G2. I have several pair G2s, especially the twin tips. Love them. Can't beat that deal. Basically getting 2 rods in one.
Right. I mean, that's another thing. So the difference between the pair G2 twin tips, if you guys ever out there and you come across them, when you find the pair G2 twin tips, it's 2 different action tips. Where in the Spartacus 2 and the Royal Advantage, it's got twin tips as well. They're the same action though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like an insurance policy of, hey, I'm going to break one, so at least I have a backup plan. So that's kind of a cool feature. So it's funny because some people want the same action twin tip because for whatever reason they have this feeling, I just want an insurance policy. But then the pair G2 is cool because, like you said, it's 2 in 1. You can switch the tip out and have a different action. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Now, all right, if you guys had to pick out one of these add-ons, okay, you just ordered some reels. You just ordered the progressive glass rod and a Royale select rod as well. Now you're like, you know what? I got to add something to it. Am I getting the net? Am I getting the wide view scale? Am I getting another tackle bag? Am I going to get something to clean these fish with? Do I need somewhere to store these 2 new rods with my other rods? Or do I want that radius line spooler? What are your add-ons that you're going to take advantage of, and why?
I am going with a tackle bag. I have one. I have the biggest bag. I don't remember the name of it. Was it the Hog?
The Hog. You know what? I'm so sad that sucker disappeared, and we can't show it much anymore.
Yeah, but it's probably not a terrible thing, but because it's so big. When you fill it up, I mean, it's a workout to get it to the boat, but it is a fantastic bag. It's held up for years, throwing it in and out of a boat, being a co-angler. It's really held up, and I've been really impressed with it. So that's been a fantastic bag. And then I would go with a net. You can always use the net. Like I seem like a lot of my nets wind up in the lake, so having a spare is a good idea for me.
Yes. Yeah. You know, it's funny is Ricky Farley, aka the Human Forklift. It was his birthday, and it was his ex-wife at the time, they were married at the time. She hits me up and she's like, "Hey, I can't seem to get that Hog tackle bag." And I had it. Mine was still brand new with a tag on it. I hadn't used it, but Ricky had seen it, and he's like, "I gotta get one. And they went off sale. Like, we couldn't get them anymore. We couldn't get them back in stock. So she's like, "Can you get me one?" I was like, "Tell you what, I'll hook you up with mine, and I'll just get another one when they come back in stock." Never came back in stock. And I'm just like, dude, all right. But, oh, well, so every time he goes fishing with me, and he's one of my main fishing partners, he brings it, and I stare at that enormous bag that takes up half the floorboard of my 18-foot Champion, and I'm just like, that's my bag, man. I miss that thing. But it's pretty cool. They were awesome. So, all right. So we got you talking about you went with another tackle bag and then the folding net. What's going to be your 2 top picks as we round that 30-minute mark?
I'm going to go also with the tackle bag because I have an old Berkeley tackle bag that has seen better days, and it's time to replace it. So I'd go with that. And then my second choice would be the radius line spooler with the braid scissors. I have one of those radius line spoolers, and to be honest, I had it for almost 2 years before I ever used it for the first time. And then I decided to make an Instagram how-to video how to use it. And then just realized how awesome it really is and how easy it becomes to spool either a bait caster or a spinning reel. And now I just use it all the time. I actually used it to spool up my Skeet Reese bait caster before I went fishing this weekend.
There you go. See, and on the go, it's a no-brainer. Like for me, I keep one in the boat for on the go, but then at home, I've got that V10 LS rod rack. Dude, that thing spoils me. That thing's awesome. If you guys have got that, grab one. But if I had to go with it, I have 2 though, but I still love them so much. The wide view digital scale. I've got 2 of those, and I love them. And then of course I've got one for keeping in my little bug out backpack for fishing, and then one in the bass boat. And then of course the Brutus foldable net. Like I've got 2 of those as well, but I got 3 actually, but in different sizes. But like they're have tos, man. Like I need, I'm gonna have to, if I add another one, it probably for when I go up north and do trout fishing and things like that. So yeah, those are definitely ones to take advantage of. So ladies and gentlemen, those are some great items here, rocking out 15, 20, 30% off items that they're bugging out. Of course, all the fishing line that's on their Superpower braid. And we all know that the Superpower braid is what everybody loves to buy. Of course, you got the Destra, and then of course the fluoro coat, all 30% off. Got some great rod deals, some real deals, and then of course you got a combo in the Centron spinning combos, 15% off. So check that out. That flash sale ends on August 3rd. Of course, they have it in a Pacific Standard Time zone. So I guess it's going to end a little soon for some other people, or actually a little late if it's Pacific Standard, because then the Eastern Time zone will end first. So guys, check that out. That's what's happening. That's what's crack-a-lacking, guys. And we've hit that 30-minute mark. What did you guys think? Did you guys follow MLF today?
I started watching it a little bit. Unfortunately, I saw Skeet Reese was a little near the bottom, at least when I picked it up. I hope he was able to do a little bit better throughout the day. But I set my lineup, and most of my lineup was doing pretty good. So hopefully I can win something.
Yeah. I mean, Hopefully it does good. Skeet, yeah, he was low in the deal today, but there's always day two. Day two, hopefully that'll prove really good for Skeet. But tomorrow, I think we're going to have Cliff, James, and Brent, and all of them are hoping to close out the last event of the year. Adam, what did you think? Did you happen to watch it today?
I did. I'm enjoying today much more than I was. I guess Bass Elite was up there that way somewhere, and I don't really care for that style of fishing, but this one, you have guys inshore fishing for largemouth, and you've got guys out deep fishing for smallmouth, and I think it creates a really interesting dynamic. So you almost have largemouth guys pitted against smallmouth guys. It was a lot of fun to watch.
See, you actually put that perfect how I was going to say it. I was just going to set up my next question. What do you think is going to do it? Do you think it's going to be an offshore finesse going for them smallies deep, drop shot and whatever else different techniques they're using? Or do you think some largemouth hammers are going to be caught?
I think they're saying that weather is going to become a problem for the rest of the week. I think that the largemouth will be the ticket. Largemouth, really? I just don't. The guys will be out in that big water getting beat up. It's harder to fish. I don't think the fish do as well. The guys up in the shallower, that's just like you and I going fishing in the rain and the wind and the shallows. It just doesn't have the same effect, I don't think, on the largemouth. And some other, sometimes that weather can make largemouth do funny things, like really start to feed sometimes. So I don't know. I'm leaning towards the largemouth guys with the weather coming.
I think it's going to be a smallmouth bite. I agree that there's that possibility, but they're going to have to find hammers. They're going to have to find monsters. I think Wheeler and guys like that, Kevin Van Dam, it's his last, him and Timmy Horton, it's their last event of their careers as elite anglers. So kudos to those guys. KVD, he was in the top 5. I think he still is as the day finished. But I think it's going to be a smallmouth bite that wins it. But you could be onto something. We could see some heavy hitters that would qualify some people into heavy hitters. And if beasts are going to be caught, they're going to be caught in the form of largemouth, really. I think it's going to be 4 or 5 pound smallies that'll get the guys up there. But if guys like Cliff and those guys can go out there, and Brent's probably going to throw a bladed jig, in them wavy waters, and I don't know what Cliff's going to do. And James, he's got a million things in his bag of arsenals. It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. And like you said, with that weather coming in. But definitely. Well, so Sean's saying smallies. He's thinking smallies as well. So it could be crazy. We could see. So, well, guys, I appreciate you jumping on out of nowhere. You guys had no idea I was going to throw it out there, but I was thinking tonight, I was like, tonight we don't have a whole lot of specials going on. We got the flash sale. We got MLF pretty much wrapping up this week. I was like, what do I got for a show? I was like, what I got for a show? I'm going to just throw some people in at random. So next time, guys, I think I'm going to do this a little more often. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, behave yourselves in the comments, and I'll bring you on as well. So as long as I can trust you, I know I can trust these guys. So, well, guys, I want to let you guys throw it out there, introduce yourselves, and let anybody if they want to follow you guys and talk about who you are and what you do and what you love to fish with. Maybe you can gain some followers and viewers from this. So, Adam, you got the A in the name, so I'll let you go first.
Fantastic. Hey, Adam Robinson, fishing out of Alabama. I've been with KastKing. Been using them for years, but I've been a KBA for a little over a year and a half now, and do a lot of local fishing, a lot of local tournaments, but would love to get some new sponsors or some new followers, some new sponsors too, by the way.
New sponsors are nice too.
Hey, I got a new boat almost. Great for that. But it's Fishing Insurance Agent is my Instagram, and then Adam Robinson on Facebook.
Perfect.
Hey guys, I'm Devin, aka the world's okayest fisherman. You can find me on Instagram, world's okayest fisherman _ all together. Also on YouTube, world's okayest fisherman. Really, I don't fish tournaments. Would love to. I just don't own a bass boat. I do have a kayak, but yeah, looking to get into some tournaments maybe soon. I just really love KastKing as a brand, and that's kind of how I came on as a KBA a couple years ago. I was making review videos and just talking about how much I love the brand and what it does. And yeah, as long as KastKing continues producing affordable innovation, which I have no doubt they will. They've got a customer for life.
That's it. That's it. And that's why I love bringing you guys on too, to kind of pull people out of the crowd. Of course, granted, you guys are definitely safe people. You know, I would have brought Melissa Justice in and some other guys, you know, Gary E. would love to have him on here pretty soon. Sean, but you guys started off as just normal consumers, you know what I mean? And it just keeps going. And, you know, we always talk back and forth and have a good time. And so, yeah, definitely love to see what you guys are doing. I'm excited to get out there and fish with that Skeet Reese reel. I think that is by far the best reel for the dollar that we're producing right now without fishing with it. From what I've seen of the technologies and from what the few people, even from what Skeet's told me, from what Al's told me, and, you know, now what you're telling me, Devin, that it is a dream to fish with. And I pretty much knew it was probably going to be, but yeah, that right there is the hot one right there. And then of course we got the new iReel coming. So great things then. The $300 MG12 that I adore. But yes. So ladies and gentlemen, keep watching. Keep hammering out there. If you want to be a KBA, these guys can tell you things do happen. And then, of course, you move up. Jose started as a KBA, and he's way up the food chain now, you know, and it's pretty cool. And I'm like the OG original KBA. So it's fun. It's a good time. But, guys, I've taken it up for you. I know it's getting dark around the country. Some people got to eat. You're still at work, aren't you, Adam?
No, I just got home. I got pizza sitting on the table. So I'm going to eat pizza. Yeah. Well,
at least you know you won't burn your mouth with it. So me personally, I got to get the old pork loin in the rotisserie right now. It's 5:45 here in Arizona. I went a little bit over, so I know my family's getting hungry. So I'll let you guys go. Guys, thank you for coming on. I'm going to go ahead and pop you off the screen here and then say goodbye to everybody.
AJ.
You guys,
thanks AJ. This was awesome.
Heck yeah. We'll do it again. I promise.
All right.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
Yes. See you guys later. Ladies and gentlemen, that was cool. That was a fun little show to have it going there. We're going to probably do this a little bit more often. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, like I said, always pop in, become a regular, so that way I know I can trust you not to get on there and do something foolish that I regret bringing you on the screen. But, yeah, we'll have a good time. Maybe we'll have Milton. We'll have the Justices on here. Maybe Tim Coles will have you on there as well. Maybe we'll have Ashley come on. We'll have other people from YouTube, but I'll need your guys' emails to send it over. So if you want to be on the show in the future, guys, Facebook is definitely an easy way to bring you on the show. Guys, take advantage of that flash sale happening right now on KastKing.com, up to 30% off on a bunch of great items. That ends on the 3rd, so don't wait. And, guys, make sure you follow us on TikTok, KastKing USA, on Instagram, KastKing USA, as well as KastKing Community. And then, of course, if you're watching right here tonight, you already know KastKing on Facebook and KastKing on YouTube. Guys, I'll see you next week, and we'll see you. Joe, thank you. Appreciate that. I thought it was a good idea to have a fun little show tonight. So we'll see you guys next week. And you know what? I'm thinking of giveaways in order. Yep, I'm going to give something away next week. So, guys, make sure you tune in. I'm going to give away something nice. All right, guys, we'll see you next week on the next Tuesday Night Live, KastKing Live. Have a great night, guys.